Hey there, clan, Scottish Warrior 92, and welcome to another installment, which has actually been quite a while, of Ask the Warrior for the 14th of the 2nd, 2013. And a happy Valentine's Day to everyone in the clan. I hope you are sharing it with your significant other, or you're just like me and you've got like a bucket of ice cream downstairs and you're going to cry yourself to sleep tonight. I don't day Valentine's Day anyway, so it's not much of a big deal for me, but I still feel like if I'm not with someone, I think I still need to keep that tradition going. We've got a big bucket of Ben and Jerry's, and I just sit there and I stick on a sad romantic movie. I don't know, I think that's like a tradition for anyone who's single down then. But besides the point, I asked you for questions, and I got a good amount of questions. I got over 30 questions. So I'm going to blast through every single one of them as possible. One or two maybe repeat questions, but otherwise, hopefully a lot of them are just individual. So we'll go through the YouTube questions first, and the questions are on my second monitor, so I will have to glance over and have a quick look. So the first question comes from Charles6835, which his first question is: would you consider becoming a registered organ donor? Wow, it just got serious. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, like, I would, but I'd rather have some tests done first. I'd rather, like, get my blood work checked, have an examination before I even consider becoming an organ donor, because for all I know, my organs are shit, which from my extremely healthy lifestyle of drinking a lot of fizzy juice, water, chocolate, and other unhealthy stuff for you, yeah, I doubt my organs are going to be that good. But yeah, I would register to be an organ donor if I was confident that my organs could be used after my death, because I won't need them anymore. I'll probably be in hell, if there's a hell. I doubt that, probably, but otherwise, yeah, I would. Okay, the next three questions come from I Am Walking Dead 1. I'm assuming he's really anticipating this month of February, since The Walking Dead did start back up. So, and by the way, it's an awesome series. I'd highly recommend it. And a good username. His first question is: if you had the ability to date, if in real life, if it were possible, two of your love interests from any game, which would it be and why? Oh god, this is going to be a tricky one. Right, I'm going to restrict myself to one. I'm going to restrict myself here because I would literally be, the list would be massive if I was to go with that. But if you've given me two options, I'm going to restrict it to one franchise or one developer's games, and another one. I'm not going to be able to like pick two from Mass Effect or two from some other game. But I am also going to have a lot. I'm taking this as serious. I'm literally going to do this. This isn't funny. This is like, if these people were real, would I date them? And could I see them having a relationship? Like, I'm not a one date guy. I don't do blind dates. I never have. In fact, when I go out with someone, it's normally someone I've known for at least a good few years, or I've got to know them really well as a person that I consider them a relationship. So I'm going with characters who I think could be a really stable relationship, not just a one date, one night fling thing. So, now most people probably think I'd choose Tally. Wrong. While Tally is adorable, my shepherd romance Tally, not me, as is I rate my shepherd and my male shepherd romance Tally, not me. Like, it made sense for my shepherd to romance her. Who would I romance then? I'm gonna be honest, I'm going with Liara. Like, no offense to any of the other romances out there, like Jack, Miranda, what's his name? Steve, I think. Samantha Trainer. I'm going with this, like, would it make sense? And for some strange reason, Liara just makes sense to me for my first option because of, well, while she may be fictitious and she may be a fake character, I think she's a dependable relationship. She's loyal. She's kind, but she's also a badass. She will help. She is loyal in a way that she will literally kill for the people she cares about and the people she loves. She's also very strong and very. And I don't perceive Liara as a female. I never assume any of the Liara. I don't perceive the Asari as a race as female. I consider them an asexual race. They don't have a gender. They just have the traits of females from Earth. So yeah, I don't know if you're as male or female, so I don't care what she's got down there. Because trust me, I've seen some fucked up shit. But I just like her personality. It's the personality of, like, she won't give up on what she believes in. She never will, and I like that in her personality. No matter how much you try and put her down, she will definitely strive to push forward, and she never gives up on what she's passionate about. Hence the Prothean. She's only like 109, maybe serves me by Mass Effect 3, maybe 110, and she still hadn't given up on the Protheans, even though she was told probably dozens of times, yeah, you may as well give up on this bitch. She's very strong as a biotic, and also as a person. I believe that she has a very good personality. She's also a bit of a workaholic, let's face it. I mean, she became the bloody shadow broker, for Christ's sake, and that's not an easy job. It's just, it makes sense for me as it is if I was going for a real relationship. Liara would be the one of the first options I would go with, because I just think she would gel with my personality, if I'm going to be honest. No pun intended with the embrace eternity thing. It would just, in my opinion, be what it is. I tend to go with personality more than looks, and she has her character has an amazing personality, and I just like that kind of personality. Someone who's dedicated in what they do and won't give up on what they believe in, and doesn't give two shits what people think about them. Hence my personality. But I like that. In a partner. I like that. It just makes sense to me. And I'm going to be honest. That voice, Ali Hill's voice, is just like a voice that instantly I don't care. There are only 3 voice actors, in my opinion, that have the power of their voice to make zippers drop, and that is Claudia Black, Jennifer Hale, and Ali Hill. Literally, as soon as you hear a voice, that zippers around the world just goes zit. I'm kidding, but that's just, as I go with personality-wise, it makes the most sense for me. Now, my second option, as I say, is I can't choose someone from Mass Effect, and thinking about it, other BioWare games in general, even though there are a couple of nice options, like Liliana, Alistair, Morrigan, Sky from Jade Empire, Dawnstar, Silk Fox, both 3, those last 3 were from Jade Empire. I don't really think anything would be a viable relationship option. I'm trying to think of other ones that popped into my head. I'm trying to avoid like fantasies here. I'm trying to think of if they were real people, could I see a relationship in future with them? I'm just trying to think. There's a couple pop in my head. Trish Marigold being one of them, because, well, we redheads have to stick together. And she's just a really good character in my instance. I like her personality. She's one of those people that's fiercely loyal as well. I must have a thing for fiercely loyal people. I don't know why. But she's just one of those characters that is fiercely loyal with Geralt, and I think that's because she loves him dearly. And she's like, if she loved you, she would basically not do anything for you. She's willing to sacrifice even her own life to do that. She's very passionate as well. I think she would be, from what I can remember, she would be really good in the sack, especially with that Rules of Remembrance scene. My god, that was a gorgeous scene, and not for the reasons because it was sexy, but just because how passionate it was. I loved that scene. I just think it would be really, okay, I'm a sucker for that kind of redhead. Oh, it makes me tingle all over. Plus, she's very sensual and seduction as well. Also, she's fucking magic. You can just imagine what you can get up with that magic power. Plus, if she gets too yucky, I can just make her do a really powerful magic spell on me and she passes out. And then I'm just like, nice, time to go and play some games. I'm kidding. But Trish Marigold is probably my second option, I'm going to be honest. There are other ones that pop into my head. I'm just looking at my collection of games right now. There are a couple more that pop into my head. There's maybe one from Gears of War that kind of piques my interest because, I don't know, maybe I like the badass bitches. There's 1 or 2 from Red Dead Redemption, but as I say, it's more fling than anything. Yeah, those are the ones that pop. Those are all the 2 that at the moment that I can think of would be viable options. While Dragon Age 2 also has 1 or 2 that I could see as possible relationships. Meryl, more for like the quirkiness, but I don't think that relationship would last too long because I think she would get on my nerves. Isabella, but, well, let's face it, you have to accept the fact that if you're in a relationship with Isabella, you're probably going to get into a few multiple sexual experiences. Threesomes, foursomes, orgies, probably 10 at most. Listen, I am kind of tempted to say Varric, but I'm kind of short. Maybe don't mind, get away. But yeah, Liara and Trish Marigold are the 2 that pop into my head at the moment. So thanks for the question. Next question is also from I Am Walking Dead, and it's another relationship one. Wow, you really likes them. if you had to choose between Liliana and Morgan from DAO, Dragon Age Origins, who would you choose with what is with the love theme? Okay, what's with the love theme? The love theme is actually really good. Not amazing, but I think you mean the love scenes. Yeah, the Dragon Age love scenes are laughable. Firstly, I wouldn't do those love scenes with one of them. I would go. Okay, as it says, Claudia Black voices Morrigan, so that's a point in her favour. Liliana has that accent. Ugh. I don't know why I'm a sucker for accents. She also has red hair, which I'm a sucker for a red. I don't know why. Like I've got red hair. I think it's ginger. Is it ginger? I really can't. So I've heard people say I'm a brunette, but I keep thinking I've heard people say I'm a brunette, and I've also heard people say I'm a ginger. You just tell. I'm a ginger. I look brunette to me, but I've been told I'm a ginger, so I'll go with ginger. I'm a sucker for redheads. I can't help it, but she's also very nimble, shall we say, by her status. Same with Morrigan. She's probably quite eager with the shape-shifting thing. You could that satisfies the furries as well, by the way. Any who's white shag a furry, there you go. You got Morrigan on your side. Liliana as well with the voice. Really tough thing to say. Like Morrigan seems like the one that would have a lot more. Would have nice bits of experience with it. Also, she'd be much more. For some reason, I see her as more of the experimental lover. Like she would love to experiment with stuff. Liliana seems also like that kind of one, but in more of a tamed manner. She's done a few things. She's bisexual as well, so that's nice. It's really tricky. Really tricky. I wouldn't say no to either one if I'm going to be honest. But if I had to pick one of them, I love Claudia Black's voice. I don't know what it is. Like she has a fantastic voice for voice acting, and it's just when she says, "It's getting cold in my tent." It's just I really struggle with saying no to that. Same with Liliana. I really have trouble saying no here. But if I had to pick, if it's just for a one night thing, I think I'd probably have more fun with Morrigan than I would with Liliana. Just saying. Although it would be nice to hear Liliana head. It would really nice to say that pun. Like she's head over heels for the Maker, and I'll make her scream that. I'm dirty. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Okay, final question from I Am the Walking Dead. I Am Walking Dead, 1. And finally, well, he's really worded this one. But what is the worst movie you've ever seen? Enjoyably bad movies do not count. Well, this is the most easiest answer I can give. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you know one of my most hated films of all time is Avatar: The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan. And yes, I call it Avatar. That was Avatar before the other Avatar, the James Cameron one. I hate that film. I fucking hate that film with a passion. I'm sorry, like, that film will have its day on this channel. I really don't want to say too much on it right now because I have a fuck ton to say on that film. But I really want to save it for a special occasion, and also I really would need to rewatch it because I haven't watched it since I left the cinema. But oh my god, that film was awful. Like, I would rather have a marathon of like the Schumacher Batman films and also like every Uwe Boll movie than watch The Last Airbender again, because that movie is not only a betrayal of the original source material, Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Legend of Aang, which is a fantastic animated TV series. It's outright insulting. The acting is horrible. The CG is horrible. The scenes are horrible. They ruined the mythos, and the biggest problem is they gave it to the guy who makes shit films. I'm sorry, I don't like M. Night Shyamalan films except for two: The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. Those two films are okay. The rest of his films suck. And they gave it to the guy whose biggest contribution to theatre is, what a twist. You don't give a guy that kind of TV series, I'm sorry, to make it a movie. So much potential with the Avatar series to make movies. So much potential, and now no movie studio will touch that with a 10-foot barge pole after what M. Night fucking Shyamalan done to that. Fuck you, Shyamalan, and fuck you. I hate that film with a bloody passion. Ugh. Literally, if I had a copy of it, I would smash it, burn it, spit on it, piss in it, shit in it. I would do so much fucking shit to that thing. It'd be barely recognisable as a disc. It is an atrocious film, one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life, just for the fact that it is a betrayal of the source material. And I've seen fucking horrible films, but that film hurt me the most. I can tolerate bad films, but I can't tolerate betrayals of franchises and the opportunities. I mean, I literally felt physically ill coming out of the cinema of that movie. I felt physically ill coming out. Look, I don't want to bitch and moan about this now because I could do like an hour-long video on why that movie fucking sucks. But I will review it eventually, but I want to save it for a special occasion. But that movie sucked. I'm sorry. That is the worst film I've ever seen in my life. Okay, that's a thing I've raised about that. Next set of questions are from the beg my pardon. Super elusive man. The elusive man asked me questions I must answer. His first questions: why your words not working today? He's kidding, that's a joke. I don't know why my words weren't working today. But his first question, his real question, is: if Scotland became an independent from the UK, do you think the new Scotland state should acknowledge the Queen of England as their head of state and remain in the Commonwealth like other former British colonies such as Canada and Australia? Or should they break away entirely and dump the monarchy like the US did? In your opinion, of course. Okay, for those who don't know, sometime this year or next, I believe there is going to be a big vote in Scotland to determine whether or not Scotland remains part of the United Kingdom. As in, it would become an independent nation, not state. It would become a nation, if memory serves me. I'm going to be real honest, if you'd asked me this 2 years ago, just a heartbeat, yes. 2 years ago, it would have been yes. But I'm much more mature now. A little bit. But, here's the thing. I've had a lot of research, done a lot of thinking, and I do think Scotland could be a good independent nation. Now, what kind of independence do I think we should get? Full independence. I actually don't view the Queen as my head of state. I never have and never will. She is a tourist attraction at most. If Scotland was to become an independent nation, complete independence, break away from everything, and become an independent nation on its own, because I believe Scotland can thrive as an independent nation. I do believe that if it was to become an independent nation, we can support ourselves and we can have a lot of money coming into this country. We've got a lot of exports, we've got a lot of stuff in here, we've got mineral war, kilts, scotch, booze, tourism. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that we can use to get money. I do believe that we should that if we're going to go independence, we go full independence. No monarchy, no nothing. Become a full on government, that kind of stuff. I do think it can be done. I do think we can do that. That doesn't mean break ties with every other country and become like a North Korea. I mean like full independence, no longer part of the United Kingdom, no part of the Commonwealth. Stand on our own 2 feet. I think that's the best option for Scotland in my opinion, but we'll wait and see what this referendum does. Who knows, we might still be part of the United Kingdom, but I just think Scotland can stand on its own as an independent nation. That's my opinion, and I don't like it, fuck off. Okay, thank you, List Man. Now, his second question, he has 6 questions in total, so here's his second one. I wish all drinkable water was naturally carbonated. Do you feel the same way? Hell no! Do apologise. Okay, sorry, I do apologise. I had to refresh the page there. Hell fucking no. I hate carbonated water. I hate carbonated. This is a flavoured water, but I love Highland Spring water. It's my favourite mineral water. That's the kind I like still water. I like still mineral water. I really can't stand carbonated water. I can't get by the taste of it. I don't know why. I just can't. It really does not settle well with me. If you like it, you like it, but I really don't think it should be. No. Hell no. Sorry. I don't like the taste of it. Okay, his third question is thin crust or deep dish pizza? I don't like thin crust, so deep dish. I like a thick crust. I actually like mozzarella, the stuffed crusts that you get out of places, which is like pizza crust stuffed with mozzarella and barbecue sauce. Oh, that's delicious. And if anyone asks, chicken and mushrooms my preferred topping. That's my topping. I know kind of bland, tasteless, but that's my kind of thing. His fourth question: if real life could take the effect of any genre of movie, what would it be? I.e., comedy, horror, sci-fi, action, fantasy. Hell no to hell no to comedy, because I really don't want to be laughing all day. And plus, it would be no, in all life, it would be toilet humor. 2, horror, hell no, because I guarantee I'd be one of the first people to die. Sci-fi, possibility. Action, no, because there'd be explosions every 5 minutes. And fantasy. Maybe. I prefer a sci-fi, science fiction, fantasy, if I'm going to be honest. A mixture of the genres. Because I think it'd be an interesting one. It could be nice to see like maybe some of the advances in technology go a little bit further. There's also the problems with it as well. I'm not going to say there's a lot of them, like machine. Do we want Matrix style or do we want Cyberpunk style? But I don't know. Life could be interesting if we could see it science fantasy. But if I'm going to be honest, I like life the way it is. It's a mixture of all genres. In life, we have a mixture of every genre imaginable. We have the comedy, we have the humor, we have the horror, we have the sci-fi, we have the action, we have the fantasy. In real life, every genre is possible. So, yeah, all the genres are in real life. So, I don't know how much to say about that. Next question. If you could, which era in human history would you like to visit? And also, which historical figures would you like to meet? Okay, historical figures, I'll get out of the way quickly. I'd love to meet Bob Kane, the creator of Batman. I know it's debated whether or not he did, but let's just go with that. Bruce Lee. Wild Wallace, because I want to know what the fuck he looks like. Ip Man, love to meet him. I don't know why, for some reason I want to see Shakespeare. I don't know if that's whether or not I want to punch him or actually say, yeah, you did good work. I don't know. I'm kidding, I wouldn't punch him. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, is that the author of the Sherlock Holmes books? I can't remember. Give me a minute. I can't remember if that's his name. Yeah, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle for the Sherlock Holmes books. I haven't read them in a wee while, but I would like to meet him. He would be awesome to meet. J.R.R. Tolkien. He'd be an interesting guy to meet. As is, I'm mainly going with authors, as is for me personally. I'm trying to think of other ones. There's a lot of other ones I'd love to meet, but as is, most of them would be like evil people, just so I could punch them in the face, like Hitler. I just want to go BAM to Hitler and just go fuck you asshole, and of course punch every member of his party in the face, take out an AK-47 and just go say hello to my little friends. But I can't do that. I'm kidding. Can't do it. Unfortunately, that would fuck with the time stream. But it has a couple of historical. What historical era would I like to visit? I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually very partial to feudal Japan or China. I can't remember what one it is. The one with ninjas and samurai, because I really was fascinated with that culture a while back. Hence the swords. I still love swords, by the way. But I think that'd be an interesting era to visit just because of the cultural way it is. Also, it's the birthplace of martial arts as well. It would be nice to go. I think it was China? Can't remember. But I'd love to go there just to see where martial arts began, because martial arts was one of my loves growing up, and I did study it for a few years. But I would love to visit just to get the feel of it and see where martial arts came from, and get to see it develop and study it from its origins and its roots and all that. I would love that. That'd be an absolute fantastic thing. So yeah, feudal Japan or China, wherever one had ninjas and samurai. I think it was Japan. Whatever. And his final question is, if you could live in any city on Earth, which one would it be? Real tough question. I like living in Glasgow. I like living in my home, but there are a couple places that I would like to maybe visit and, if possible, maybe live there one day. Venice would be a good option, but it smells, so I don't think I'd like that. Paris. I'm going to be honest, I'm very more partial to a out there place, like a nice place that not a lot of people visit. I like quiet. I like the country, I'm not going to lie. I like a little bit of country every now and then. I would like to see that, but as there's a lot of places, like I wouldn't mind maybe, I'd like to live all over the place, if I'm going to be honest. I'd like to be a bit of a traveller maybe, and live in different places each year maybe. A couple of places in America, a couple of places in Canada, live all over the place. But I've had to pick one, like I'd have to live in for a while. Toronto, Quebec, Nova Scotia would be a nice place to visit. Iceland, Greenland, North Pole, South Pole. I want to visit all over the place. I would love to live in most of those places for maybe a year or two. That'd be nice. I wouldn't mind maybe Berlin would be a nice place to live for a while. Poland is a nice place. As a place I've heard is mixed, but I wouldn't mind visiting that. Sweden, There's a whole bunch of places I'd love to live, but as I say at the moment, I'm happy living in Scotland. So yeah. Okay, the next question comes from Charles6835 again, and his question is, if you could ask Bruce Lee one question, what would it be? For those who don't know, Bruce Lee is one of my favourite martial arts stars. I absolutely love Enter the Dragon. It's one of my favourite films of all time. What could I ask him? I'll be honest, I've thought of this. There are dozens, if not hundreds of questions I would love to ask him. I don't know, like, it's really tough if I could only ask him one. Really, really tough. I would love to ask him, like, most of his quotes answer this, but I would love to ask him, even if it was just before he died, what kind of impact would you like to leave on this place? I would love to ask him that. Just go, what do you want left as your legacy? I would want to ask him that. I know you've left quite a few things by his legacy. His movie, his daughter, who is a fantastic human being by the sounds of it. But I'd love to ask him that, like, what would he have wanted to be remembered for? Like, mostly he's remembered for his movie, Enter the Dragon, but what would he love to be remembered by? His quotes, his philosophies, or his children? I would love to know that, and get it from his mouth. I know some people would ask him, did he really beat Chuck Norris? Did he really do this? Did he really do that? But I prefer to ask him a question that means something. I'm sure he got those questions all the time, but that's just me. Like, Bruce Lee was one of my idols growing up. Okay, the next set of questions comes from Mr. Airless Dragon, who has been quite a fond user, so thank you for your support. It's a weird question. Have you ever given blood? No. I've got a wee thing against needles. I don't have a fear of them, but I just don't like them. Okay, next question. Have you seen Django Unchained? And if not, would you like to see it? I have seen Django Unchained. I'm not reviewing it. I'm not going to talk about it because I thought it was okay. It was a good action film in my opinion. I don't really like Tarantino's work that much. I'm not a big fan of his. I have seen some of his films, and I know I'm going to get... I can't remember. Did Tarantino do Godfather? I can't remember if he done Godfather. If he did, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to get hate for this. I don't like The Godfather. I don't like those films. I really don't. But I've never been a big fan of Tarantino. I liked Kill Bill. That was alright. No, I thought it was okay. I don't like films that use profanity for the reason of not for using it. I like it for reasons, but it made sense why they used they used the word nigger. I do apologise if anyone takes offence with that, but screw it. I do apologise. I really do apologise if anyone took offence to that, but they used that word every 5 minutes in that movie, and it kinda got old. Especially in my college, where hundreds of people fucking kept saying that word, and I really hate when people overuse that word. Plus, it's a bloody word. It's a bloody word. Words don't really do much to me, in my opinion, but I can understand why people might get offended by that word. I do apologise if anyone took offence by that word that I just if I was saying that word. I just had to get it out there to say they say that word, because I don't like the word N-word. I just think it makes it sound dirty. I just said the word, so I do apologise if anyone took offence with it. But they say nigger a lot. They say it a lot, okay? They say that a lot, and it really got on my nerves. Like, if I was to say that word over and over and over and over and over again, it would get really tiring. Over the top violence, I don't mind that. I liked it. I thought it was okay. And yeah, I think that's about it. I thought it was okay. I don't plan on reviewing it. I thought it was good. It was entertaining. And again, I do stress out, I don't mean any offence by that word, that word. I just said it, okay? I do apologise if any of any African Americans that took offence to that word, clan members. I do apologise if you took offence to that word. I really do. It's just they use that word every 5 minutes, and it got on my nerves. I just had to say the word because I don't like saying the phrase N-word. I really don't. I just say the word. Plus, you're pronouncing it wrong anyway. For those that don't know, by the way, I'm saying it again, but the word niger is how it's pronounced, is Latin for black. Okay? For those that don't know. I do apologise if anyone took offence with that. I do apologise. But it's a word, okay? I see how people take offence with it. I do see how people take offence with it. I do apologise. I'm not going to edit it out. But I do apologise if anyone took offence to that, okay? I meant nothing by it, just as a word. I meant it as no offence, okay? I meant it in no offence whatsoever. But I said it, okay? deal with it. Next question. If you were the boss of a game developer, what kind of game would you make? Of course, first thing, RPG. I'd make an RPG, that if I could. What type of RPG? A supernatural one, not the TV series. I mean a vampire and lichen themed RPG. I would love to see that style of RPG. I know there's been one or two that have been vampire RPGs, but a vampire and lichen RPG where you get to choose which one you play as. And maybe instead of it being set in one era, it could go through time. It could start maybe the 1500s and then move along each stage that you become an immortal. You're an immortal basically, and you live throughout the lives, completing missions in different eras and time spans. And how you play the game affects how people perceive you. Like, do you want to be a vampire who's seductive and stealthy and who manipulates things, or do you want to be a vampire who's bloodthirsty and literally kills everything that moves? Same with a werewolf. Do you want to be a lichen? Sorry. Do you want to be subtle in your ways? Do you want to make sure that you're not heard? Do you want to make sure that when you are heard, you're feared? I'd like that type of game where, like, how you played it would be how you evolved in that, and how throughout the time frame you would be perceived. Like, stories of your tales would go around. Like, are you going to be a bloodthirsty one? Like, even the humans are afraid of this story of you, like the story of this lichen that massacred entire villages. Do you want to leave evidence that you existed? Which is another thing. Do you leave survivors to tell your tale, or do you massacre everyone? Same with a vampire. And also, how do you play? Do you play as a good character, a bad character? That kind of thing I really would like to evolve in that in my type of game. It would be nice to see that in a game if I could help create it, to maybe evolve how the world perceives you. It'd probably be a bit like a trilogy or something, but I would love to do a RPG of that. But as you can see, the way I'm describing it, it's kind of shitty. But that's the type of RPG I would kind of like to make, because it'd be something that really hadn't been done before, not to the extent that I would like to do it. There would be a lot of options, there'd be a lot of variety, and I'd like to try and make sure that if you play through the game, you're never going to experience the same thing twice, especially with the different ways that you play. It would probably be a very lengthy RPG. An easy 80-hour plus RPG with tons of side missions, ton of content, romanceable options with humans and fellow immortals. Like, if you romance a human in one era, she will die. It could be a human that doesn't want to become an immortal. She dies as she gets older, and that kind of thing, an emotional connection and things. I really would love to do something like that, but the odds are I'm never going to get a chance to. But yeah. Okay, next question. If you were a director, what type of movie would you make? Adaptation. And before anyone shoots me, I would want to make, if I could, I want to be a director who specialises in making adaptations work. Like, let's face it, adaptations either work or fail miserably. And primarily, I would probably focus on the ones that are most likely to fail. I.e. video game adaptations, TV series adaptations. I would want to be that kind of director, because I think, like, I've got a good enough mind that if I'm a fan of the series and I know enough about the series, that I could adapt it to a scene. Because there's been tons of them, like Dragon Ball, Last Airbender, to name one. Like, if I was given the rights to direct the Last Airbender movie, I would literally rewrite that whole script and recast everyone. I'm not lying. I would recast everyone, because the entire cast was wrong. But I know the source material pretty well. I've watched the series, and if it was based on book 1, which is Water, I would rewrite that, do it, and yeah, I would do that. I would bloody hell rewrite that. I would do that. I would do it. I would love to. I would literally probably specialise in doing adaptations, because I think that's where I think I've got my strengths in, because I do think I can do that pretty well. I'm not a director, I never will be a director, because I probably would end up sucking. I'd probably be one of the worst directors ever. But I think I'd like to specialise in that. Like, I know there's a lot of directors say they specialise in genres, but I'd like to specialise in adaptations. Be able to take the source material of, say, let's just say, just grab something. I got one. 6. Fuck. Come here. Stupid book. For those that don't know, who's not seen it, there was a movie called Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. That movie was not the greatest movie. I still enjoy it. It's based on the previous series to this series of books, which is The Heroes of Olympus. The Percy Jackson series. Percy Jackson is, I've listened to the audiobooks at least twice. I love this book, by the way. I love the story of Percy Jackson. Just extra stick these back, but the adaptation to it sucked. It really had nothing to do with the book, but I would love to be that kind of person who could take a book or a TV series or an already existing franchise. Just extra stick these back. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah. If I drop something. But I would be that kind of director who would like be able to do that and take the source material and try and adapt it to the best of my ability to the screen. I would be very much in touch with the fan base, because I think that's where a lot of directors need to try and do. I'd look at source material, I'd look at the fan feedback, like I would go on fan forums, I would actually probably even make a video saying, hi there, my name is Scottish Warren 92, that's my director name, and I'm currently working on the revamping of the Percy Jackson movies. In fact, let's go back to this. I'm currently in works to make the revamp of the Avatar The Last Airbender movie. Now, I do know that the previous movie was not the biggest hit. In fact, it did suck. Shyamalan did not do a good job, in my opinion. I'm hoping I can do different. I'm hoping that I can take the source material that you love and care about and adapt it successfully to a movie. Now, what I'm going to ask you out there is, I want your feedback. I want you to tell me, what would you like to see in an Avatar movie? Tell me about specific episodes, because I have watched the first book episodes, because I have to watch the source material. I have watched it, and a lot of good things need to know. But I want to ask you as a specific, what specific scenes, what specific events would you like to see in there? And also, what would you like to see changed? A few things, because remember, an adaptation is not the regurgitation of a story, it's my interpretation of it, and also your interpretation of it. Because I know there's stuff that people were not happy with in the original Avatar TV series. What would you like to see change? Because I have looked through it and there are a couple of things that I didn't like that I think we could maybe do a little bit of a tweak here or there on and change it successfully. That's my opinion. So please let me know what you would like to see. So thank you. That's what I would do, because I think that's where a lot of directors fall flat when it comes to adaptations. They don't get in touch with the fan base and they don't do the research. They don't get in touch with the fans if they can and talk about, what do you want to see in this movie? What scenes from the TV series, or scenes from the book, or scenes from this, or scenes from that, or scenes from here and there do you want to see? Because that's where a lot of them fail, in my opinion. They show the wrong scenes. Avatar is the best example. They showed scenes that made no fucking sense. I'm sorry, I've watched the first series again, and I can tell you right now, I can pick like 5 episodes that I could make into a movie. But that's what I would do if I'd like to be a director who specialised in adaptations, because there's no director that's done that perfect. No director that's done that absolutely flawlessly, well, except for maybe Joss Whedon. He's done a fantastic job, and a couple others here and there. But I'm primarily talking about video games and TV series and that adaptation, because I'd like to do that, because it'd be a bit of a passion project, because I love the series. I would love to discover. That's what I would do. Okay, next question from Mr. Ellis. Will you be my Valentine? I will be any clan member's Valentine. You have my heart. Okay, his final question is 6. What video game would you like to have in real life? Like, if you're talking about what video game in particular I would like to have in real life, I'm going to be honest, I would love to own Final Fantasy 3 for the SNES or Chrono Trigger, because I've been trying to track those down because I actually want to play them, but they're hard to get a hold of. If you're talking about what kind of thing would I like in real life, I've said this in the past, I would really like more of a futuristic one, like Mass Effect maybe, or a Star Trek one maybe, but Mass Effect would probably be bad, so yeah. Do apologise, but not much said in that one. Okay, next question comes from N7 Normandy 1. This is going to sound weird, but screw it. I'm sure you've answered some strange questions in the past. Anyway, if you don't want to answer, just don't answer. I'll answer it. I don't shy away from any questions. Was there ever a time where you judged yourself for being bisexual, and was your first attraction male or female? For those who don't know, I blurted out in a video ages ago that I'm bisexual. I find both males and female attractive. I've never judged myself on it. I'm going to be honest. I know a lot of you're probably expecting a sob story, like I judged myself, but I never judged myself. I kind of always knew. Like, I know it's going to sound stupid and retarded, but I always found male and female attractive. I can't tell you like what was my first attraction, male or female, because I've always fantasized about certain friends, kissing them and having crushes on some male friends and some female friends, and even fictional ones, I'm not going to lie. as it says, if I find the person attractive, as I personally go with personality, so I go by personality, and I'm attracted to a good personality. But there was never a time that I didn't know. I'm going to be honest, there was never a time I didn't know. I didn't come out until about maybe my 16s, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not one of these guys who goes around and sleep with it. In fact, I'll be brutally honest, I've had one sexual partner in my entire life. Yeah, I'm brutally honest, I'm not lying, I'm telling you the truth right here. I'm not going to get into details, but there. But I just always knew. Like, I was never not attracted to males and females. That's my thing, okay? I know there's some people who go through real tricky times when they're trying to figure it out, but in my honest opinion, some people just get through it quicker. I never had a problem with it. I've always known who I am, and I don't lie to myself. You can't. That's the worst thing you can do, is lie to yourself. I've never judged myself. People have judged me. I'm not going to lie. People have judged me and made fun of me galore. I don't give two shits. This is who I am, and I'm never going to change it for anyone, no matter what. And that's the one rule I've got with myself. I don't change myself for anyone. I am who I am, and no one can ever change that. I'm bisexual. I like games. I like fantasy. I drink a shit ton of fizzy juice, which is probably extremely unhealthy. I like Batman. I like Superman. I like superheroes. I like males, I like females, I don't give two shits what people think about me. And that's what I've just got to get out there, okay? I've never not known, I've always known. But I didn't come out until I was 16, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I've never not known. And first attraction, okay, I'll be honest, first male attraction from what I can remember was a very close friend of mine from primary school. Yes, even in primary school I was kind of attracted to men. Females, it was a men and there was a guy I knew for years. I haven't seen him in years though, unfortunately. He was my best friend for years, and I'll have him. I was kind of attracted to him. Same with female. There was a girl I had a crush on. That's beside the point. Never became anything though. Don't worry. As I said, I've only had one sexual partner in my entire life, and I've only had one relationship in my entire life. Yeah, I'm sad. I know, but it's just the way I do things. I don't go out with someone after just meeting them. I actually prefer to get to know someone as a friend first. And if a person isn't willing to get to know me as a friend first, no matter how much I've got a crush on them, fuck them. That's my viewpoint. Like, I'd rather get to know someone for a year or two and get to know them as a friend, and then maybe take that next step into a relationship. But that's just the way I do things. I don't go out with someone like that. I prefer to get to know someone, like, to make sure I'm making the right move. But of course, then there's one thing. Being friends with someone's one thing, going out with someone who was your friend is a completely other thing. Because if it fucks up, you've lost a friend and possibly a good relationship. That's my opinion. I personally, it's just the way I am. I like to get to know someone as a friend first before I think about going out with them. That's my opinion. Okay, next question comes from TDACTYL3. If you could replace Valentine's Day, the fake holiday that it is, with your own holiday, what would it be? Well, as it says, I kind of don't view Valentine's Day as a special day. I'll be honest, if you're going to treat... I don't need a special day to show someone that I love them. That's cheesy, but that's my kind of thing. If I could replace it with one day, what would I replace Valentine's Day? How about Don't Be a Dick Day? Don't be a dick / douche day. Treat people with respect. Like, what would that day be? Don't be a dick to people. Treat people with respect. Treat people with the respect that they earn. Don't argue with people. Have opinionated opinions with others. Debate with people. Don't treat each other like shit, and treat each other like human beings. And don't be a dick. Like, someone make a t-shirt of that. Don't be a dick day. That'd be an awesome t-shirt. In fact, if I ever have t-shirts, make sure one of you remembers that don't be a dick. February 14th. That Valentine's Day is no longer Valentine's, is Don't Be a Dick Day. That's it. That's the name. In fact, no better yet, Don't Be an Arsehole. That's what it is. Screw Don't Be a Dick. Don't Be an Arsehole Day. That is the new day for Valentine's Day. You don't be an arsehole and you treat each other with respect. There. That's the new day. Yeah, that's the new day. What is your opinion on the next gen Xbox and PS4? I don't have an opinion as such yet. I'm going to be honest, as is there isn't any news. There's no news about it yet. There's supposedly going to be news at the end of this month, on the 20th of February, so for the PS4 that'd be nice. But I'm going to be honest, the one thing that I've heard that I don't like the sound of is the fact that the next gen consoles possibly will have a feature in them that will prevent you from playing pre-owned games. I really hate that. I'm going to be honest, If that's the case, that the Xbox 360, Xbox whatever the hell it is, and the PS4 has a feature like that, I'm going to be honest, I'm not buying them. I'm not buying the next gen consoles if they have that. I'm going straight to fucking PC, and I'm PC gaming all the way, bitches. So I do not agree with that. Once official word comes out about both consoles, I will talk about it. But at the moment, I don't have much else to say besides they sound awesome, and they look like they're going to be pretty damn advanced for what they are, because it's about time we got a fucking upgrade. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, the next question comes from the Gamer's Enjoyment. If you could watch one film for the rest of life, what would it be? 4 options. I've got 4 options to pop into my head right away. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, and this is actually a 5-disc set of all the Batman films. But Mask of the Phantasm, Hot Fuzz, Avengers Assemble, or Spaceballs. Those are my 4 options because they're all films that I can watch anytime, that I find entertaining, make me laugh at some instances. Excuse me. I always see something new every time I watch it. If I had to pick one that would keep me entertained, because I'm probably going for more entertainment value than making me think value, I'm going to be honest, I probably end up going maybe Hot Fuzz, because every time I watch that film, I always laugh, I always get enjoyment, I always spot something new. I never don't spot something new, but I would probably either be Hot Fuzz or Mask of the Phantasm. In my opinion, Batman Mask of the Phantasm is one of the best Batman films out there and highly recommended. But yeah, Hot Fuzz or Mask of the Phantasm. Okay, the next question is from Bobby Blood 93. Have you ever played the following retro games? Invaders, Pac-Man, Asteroids, and what is your favourite retro game? Yes, I've fucking played those games, you idiot. Everyone's played those games. Pac-Man and Tetris actually were my first 2 retro games that I can remember. Those are the first games I can actually even remember playing, so they have a special place in my heart. So favourite retro game is, it's Pac-Man and Tetris. Those 2 games are fantastic. I love those games. I can play them almost any time. And they are definitely games that, in my opinion, are probably one of the main factors why gaming has evolved. They're simple, they're easy, and anyone can pick them up, and they were the games that kind of got me into it. So Pac-Man and Tetris are my 2 favourite retro games. And Bobby Blood's final question: why did you want to get into making YouTube videos in the first place, if you don't mind me asking? And what would you give people who want to make YouTube videos themselves? Why did I get into it? I was bored. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest. I've said in the past that I got into it because I really just wanted to voice my opinion. But and another factor is I was kind of bored one day and I just decided to make videos. There were a couple of people who did kind of maybe stir my way to that. Like Darkside Phil was one. He made a lot of awesome videos that I kind of went, you know what, I may actually want to try and make videos of my own. So it's primarily vlogs. I mean, they're horrible. My early vlogs were shit. But yeah, I just decided to do it. I'm not gonna. I was bored and I decided I like talking to it. I like talking to you guys. I like talking to you guys no matter how many people watch it. I liked talking about stuff that I enjoyed, reviewing movies, talking about games and all that shit. I love talking about them. And unfortunately I don't have a lot of people who actually enjoy games as much as me. There are certain people that do, but there aren't as many who enjoy them as much as myself, especially thinking logically and intelligently about them. But there wasn't that many people I could talk about, so vlogging kind of brought that a little bit out. But yeah, I decided that's kind of why I did it. And any advice I can give to people who want to make YouTube videos, just do it. Don't care what people think about you. Don't care what people don't care about comments. Don't care about haters. Like, nice comments like these ones are fantastic to read, and it warms my heart every time someone leaves me one. But they're fantastic. But there are hater comments I get every now and then which kind of piss me off, but I deal with it. Just don't be scared about what people think about you. Like, if you're really self-conscious about how you look, don't do a video vlog. Do an audio vlog where like you just like get Movie Maker, stick an image over it, and talk over the image. Just do something like that. Just don't be afraid to do it, and talk about. And my best advice: talk about stuff you like. If you like movies, talk about movies. If you like games, talk about games. If you like fashion, talk about fashion. If you like music, talk about music. If you like comic books, talk about comic books. Talk about whatever the hell you want, and just remember, it's your opinion. No one else. Your opinion. That's the one thing. Like, everyone has different opinions. As long as it's not as long as it's intelligent, do that. Don't do stupid shit. Just talk about what you want to. If you want to do stupid vlogs where you like do silly things, do that. If you want to do stuff like that, there's an audience for everything. Just do what you want. If you want to make videos, vlog, gameplay, music, fashion tips, anything. You just do it. Just do it. That's all I can say. Just don't care what anyone else thinks. Just sit down, get a webcam, get a camera, and do it. That's my advice. Just do it and don't be afraid what people think about it. And if you want, I've made this apparent. If you want me to check out your videos, send me a link. I don't hesitate. I check out every video that gets sent to me. If I like it, I'll tell people about it. That's my advice. Just do it. And if you want me to check it out, send me a link. I'll check it out. But just do it. Don't be afraid. If you want to talk about a topic that someone has talked to death about, do it. If you want to talk about something that no one else brought up, do it. Just do it and don't be afraid about what people think. And what's the worst that can happen? They'll leave a nasty comment. So what? Deal with it. But I understand some people are very self-conscious of that. So just do it if you're comfortable enough doing it. I don't give two shits what people think about the way I look. I mean, look at my hair. Look at my bloody hair. I don't give two shits what people think. Look at my facial hair. I get made fun of on here at least every now and then, on a daily basis. People comment on my facial hair, my voice, my accent, my clothes sense. Like, I sit here with no bloody shoes on. Jeez, I get flack for that. I get people saying, oh, look at the big stud. I don't give two shits what that people is. The only comments, in my opinion, you should care about are the positive ones. And criticism. Don't be afraid of a little criticism as well. That's another thing I can give advice. I've had people tell me maybe you should try doing this, this, and this, and it might help. It's constructive criticism. Don't be afraid to get constructive criticism and also to be given constructive criticism. I love constructive criticism, so thank you for anyone who's done that. But my advice is just do it. What's the worst that can happen? Send me a link to your video. Just make sure you've got decent audio. Like, that's the only thing I can highly recommend. Just make sure you've got decent audio. You can get a decent mic for about 20-30 quid. This is about 40 quid, 40-50 quid if maybe sells, but that's because of you guys I got it. I would just recommend get a decent mic, and that's about it, because that's all people really need is good audio, and maybe a decent camera, but that's beside the point. But just do it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what people think. Just go ahead and do it. Okay, the next set of questions are... Next one's from Freedon a Tree Frog. Freedon a Tree Frog. Which anime manga would you like to see adapted into a video game, and which format? Like RPG, action, shooter? I actually don't read mangas. For those who don't know, mangas are basically Japanese comic books. They're black and white mostly though. I don't read mangas. I honestly don't. I don't read mangas. I just can't get into them. Like, I like animes. If you're talking about that, there's one or two that I would like to see made into a video game would be nice, but most of them already are. In fact, most animes get made into video games mostly in the local areas, like in Japan and China. Most of them get made into games already. There's plenty of ones that just get made into there for no fucking reason. Fullmetal Alchemist has games. One I would like to see maybe is one I've watched recently, which is Sword Art Online, which is it's a video game anime basically about a group of people who get stuck in a video game. Basically, they're locked in there, and if they die in the video game, they die in real life. It's very good. It's a very good anime. I would highly recommend it. It kind of gets a wee bit shitty afterwards, but it's a decent one. I would like to see that in a game, but I think that's already getting made into a game. So I can't really say any off the top of my head that I think would make good games. Maybe Eon Flux would be an interesting one. Ghost in the Shell would be an interesting game. I'd see that more as an action game, if I'm going to be honest, a single player action game. Ghost in the Shell, that'd be interesting, but there probably already is that. But I would like to maybe Ghost in the Shell, that'd be an interesting one. I think that could be done. A good action game. Good Ghost in the Shell action game. Action stealth game, because you can be stealth now. Very good. Kind of like Deus Ex, I think. A Ghost in the Shell game based like Deus Ex could be really good. That'd be interesting. Okay, that's it. Next two questions are from Undead Ivis85. Who are your top 5 people you're subscribed to on YouTube? I'm taking out the people I know personally, so sorry Alex, sorry MD, sorry Charles, sorry Billy, I can't mention yous, because that'd be kind of like shameless plugging, but check those guys out by the way, they're awesome. But yeah, those guys are my friends, so I'll just 5 off the top of my head. One of my favourite YouTubers of all time is Darkside Phil. He's a fantastic LPer, a fantastic reviewer. He does vlogs every now and then. He's really, really good. He has 2 channels, The King of Hate Vlogs and DSP Gaming. They are fantastic. He is really good at what he does. He plays the majority of every major release which is fantastic. A lot of games I've picked up because of his recommendation. He's a really good YouTuber, and I would highly recommend you go check him out. Another one is Total Biscuit. He's an awesome guy. He's fantastic. He's come up for 1 million subscribers, so well done that. Yogscast, they're very entertaining. Jesse Cox, really good guy. Trying to think of other people. Let's have a quick look at my YouTube page. Actually, I haven't checked it that in a while. I'm just trying to remember people as is. It's really difficult. I really have a horrible memory. I do apologise for that. Angry Joe, fuck. How could I forget him? He is fucking fantastic. Tales of Loop, that's 6. Right? Those are the 5 that I would highly recommend. But all the ones I'm subscribed to, for those that are wondering, is Tales of Lumen. He's a really good guy. Geek and Sundry. Extra Credit. Extra Credit. By the way, if you've never checked out Extra Credit, highly recommended. They guys are fantastic. Stadium Comics, they do unboxings. Archie and Gaia, how could I forget that guy? Archie and Gaia is a fucking god of geeks. He is really intelligent, really smart, highly recommended. I've gone over the 5 limit, but he's fantastic. He's really good at what he does, and I would highly recommend his channel because I've definitely picked up 1 or 2 games from the past that he's recommended. So Archie and Gaia, if you're not going to go and check it out, please go and check out Archie and Gaia and tell him the Warrior sent you. He is fantastic at what he does, and he's definitely really intelligent. I'm telling you, right, he's super fucking. He's like evil genius level of intelligence. I'm telling you that right now. I'm impressed with him. He's a fantastic guy. So yeah, those are the ones that I can recommend off the top of my head. I suppose Still Wants Game MD is one of them. But yeah, those are the ones I recommend. Next question from Undead is Grunt versus Sten. Who would win? Tough call, especially with Sten is minor. Nah, I won't spoil. While Grunt is a badass, Sten's awesome as well. I'm going to be honest, I think it would end in a tie. I think like both of them would never give up, and both of them would just like, oh, I'm never giving up, and both of them would just go clonk. I think it would be a tie. I'm not going. It's a cheat, but fuck it. Okay, the N7 Strider has 4 questions, but N7 Normandy 1 has a question. I'm going to answer right now. Will you ever do a Harlem dance? For those who know, it's a stupid fucking YouTube trend. Harlem dance, where like you dance stupid, you dance like that, then like when the beat hits at a certain point, everything goes fucking crazy. I'm not doing that. I was tempted. I'm not gonna lie. I was tempted to do it in this video. Like I actually have something I could do for it, but I'm not gonna do it just because it's a stupid internet trend. I don't really do internet trends. Like the only reason I done the cinnamon challenge and the Han Solo dance is because it was a celebration for thanking you to do my subscribers. So if I hit 700 subscribers, maybe I'll do one of them if you really want me to see it. But also I'm doing Star Trek or anime, so you have to remember that. If I hit 700 subscribers and you want me to do a Harlem dance thing, I'll do it. But I don't do these internet stuff. I really don't like them because most of them are just stupid. And plus, there's some really good ones out there anyway. Some of them actually did make me chuckle. So I'd recommend a couple, 1 or 2, but they're really just stupid things that everyone does, and I don't want to do one. It's just stupid. Now, as I say, if I hit 700 subscribers, I might do one if you want to see it. But otherwise, no, not really. So N7 Normandy, if you want to see me do the Harlem dance thing, you know what to do. Help me get 700 subscribers. Okay, final YouTube question. And fuck, this has gone on for nearly an hour. Final set of YouTube questions comes from N7 Strider. Question 1. Who would you want to play Russian roulette with? The CEO of EA. I'll tell you, I would literally load the gun with a single bullet, spin it round, slam it down, and go, "Your move, Mr. EA." Because I would take the risk of like blowing my own brains out if it would kill that fucker. I'm kidding, I wouldn't kill him. But EA in general, like I'd play Russian roulette with EA, just spin it and just go, "Your move, EA." And that's it. And plus I would rig it so that he would get the bullet, not me. Hey! Nah, I wouldn't cheat. But yeah, see, the EA in general, basically. If you could remove one thing from the universe, what would it be and why? Person or annoyances? Okay, this is going to offend people if I say this wrong. Try to think. What would I remove from this universe? I could say some very moving. I could say ignorance. I could say stupid people. I could say retards. Retarded individuals who think like religion and all that. There's zealots, I could say. I really, the thing is though, I'm very adamant that you believe what you believe, as long as you don't take it to the extreme. So maybe extremists would be one thing. But I'm going to be honest, there's one thing that I would love to see removed from society would be video game censorship. I know it's kind of stupid and just kind of a small thing, but I just think that video games won't be respected in the same light as like movies now. Because let's face it, you can look at fucking Game of Thrones. That has full-blown sex in it, and it doesn't get as much flack as games do when they do that. I really would like a bit more leniency on game censorship to allow game developers to go that extra mile, to allow developers like BioWare to stop fucking censoring set and romance scenes, because let's face it, they got flack for showing a side boob, and now they can't even do that. I really would like it if game censorship was lifted, because it's really, really stupid. Because fucking Game of Thrones, that has more sex in it than fucking Mass Effect and any other BioWare game. Yeah, I would game censorship. I really would wish that game censorship was removed, not entirely, just to the level where game developers could make the games that they want to make. Not like, I don't want to see a Taliban game. That's one thing I don't want to see, because those guys are crazy. But yeah, I know it's kind of selfish to get that removed, because I could say I could remove zealots, extremists and all, but the thing is though, they're always going to be here. Now, even if I was to remove them from the world right now, there'd probably be a few more that would pop up within a year, if not a week. The more you try and remove something, the more it grows. That's the thing, there's always going to be those idiots. But if it could be something that I think could help change an industry that I think is growing very well, game censorship hopefully could remove that. Another question from N7 Strider. Are you looking forward to events this year, i.e. MCM Glasgow, E3, etc.? For those who don't know, MCM Glasgow is a convention that's happened in September this year, which I am highly considering going to. As soon as I get more information about it, I will let you know. I am looking forward to PAX, E3, Comic-Con. I'm looking to all these ones because there's always good news announced during them. So yeah, I am really looking forward to those events to see what comes out, like new games, new consoles, new platforms, things like that. I really am looking forward to that. So yeah, I don't really want to say much on them because I don't have much else to say about that. If you could spend the day with anyone else, who would it be and why? Basically, I'm thinking I'd probably choose a celebrity or someone I idolize. No, I'm not. This is gonna sound cheesy. I know, I'm a cheesy bastard. I can't help it. I would rather spend it with a friend who I'm not likely to see, who is actually extremely difficult to get to see in real life. I've never seen her in real life, and I'd love to meet her in real life. It's GamerMD83. Cheesy, I know. She's a really good friend. Like, we've talked over the internet for the past like nearly 2 years, I think now. Wow. And for those who don't know, I am planning a vacation in June, and California is most likely going to be the place I'm going because I've got someone familiar there who could show me around. Also, there's a couple of places there I would like to meet, but it's really expensive. It's really, really tricky to save up for. But yeah, I'd rather meet someone I know, and I know I'll probably have an absolute blast with. I'd rather meet someone. Like, then you say, why don't you choose Alex or Ability Drain or Charles or Doc Street 4 or the other ones? They live in the UK. It's like a train ride to go and see them if I wanted to, but I said I can't do it now because I have no because I'm at college. But a person who I probably will it's highly unlikely that we'll ever meet anytime soon. But if I could just get like a day, like just snap my fingers and I get one day to spend it with someone who I know I'm going to have a blast with, who I know I'm going to have an absolute blast with, playing games, talking, seeing movies, doing whatever, going to Disneyland for fuck's sake. GamerMDA3 is one, because I really would like to meet her in real life, because she's been a great person to me the past 2 years, and I know it's cheesy and it's stupid. You speculate all you want, but we're just friends. I think it'd be an absolute blast to be there with her. It'd be an absolute blast in my opinion. So yeah, I know, but speculate all you want, but I would choose MD because I think I'd have the blast one. Plus, she's the furthest friend away I've got, so it would be nice to meet her face to face. Okay, so speculate all you want, but yes. Okay, we'll go with Facebook question because I only got one of them. What type of woman, man, both, do you usually go for, both physically and personally? I've already talked about this, about my bisexuality, but I go more personality. I prefer someone's personality over anything. If you've got a good personality, I really don't give two shits what you look like on the outside. That's my personality. Like, I'm very attracted to people who are really do stuff for themselves, who are really strong people, who don't care what people think about them and really just do what they want to do. Who are very passionate as well. I like passionate people who are passionate about their belief, either a specific topic like gaming, books, movies, whatever. I like someone who's intelligent as well. That's always nice. And someone who's really good, who's really kind as well. A kind person, like not too kind, but kind. And someone who's, well, I know cheesy and all that, but who gives good cuddles. I'm a sucker. I'm gonna admit I'm a sucker for a good cuddle. I like my cuddles. Can't help it. If we're going physically, not really a big fuss with me. I don't care about physical appearance. I like personality. Like, look at me. Do I look like someone who cares about physical appearance? But I like personality over everything else. But a good set of legs doesn't hurt. Yeah, good set of legs is nice. I don't care about chest size before I ask, because I don't care about. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. There's a couple of things that do turn me off, even with a good personality. Like massive tits. I don't like massive tits. Like there's a certain size, but I don't like all those ladies that get super mega ones like out of here. I don't like. Natural looking. I like a natural looking person. I don't like a person who's had like a shit ton of plastic surgery that hasn't been necessary. Doesn't wear a lot of makeup if it's a female, male as well, because I do know males that wear makeup. But yeah, I mostly go with personality, but if I go with physical, a natural looking person, someone who is very natural in the way they look and don't care what people think about it. Like whether that's they wear a lot of makeup, I don't really like that. I like it with a little touch of makeup is nice, but I personally prefer a more natural looking person. Like no surgery, no plastic surgery is preferred, but as I said, unless it was absolutely necessary, I prefer a much more natural looking person. So yeah, I like personality over everything I've said. Well, I get kindness, passionate, gives good cuddles is always nice. Very caring. A person who's loyal as well would be nice. And finally, of course, like I said, his physical appearance, natural. I like a natural looking individual. I like natural beauty. That's my kind of thing. I like a person who doesn't wear too much makeup, who hasn't had like mega surgery to get massive tits or a massive schlong or like fix their jawline because they didn't like that. I prefer a natural looking beauty. Like I like natural beauty over it. I find a much more natural looking person, like we'll use female. I prefer a lady who doesn't wear a shit ton of makeup and gets fun. I prefer a woman who's either doesn't wear any makeup or wears very little makeup because she's naturally that good looking, or not that good. You know what I mean? I prefer a natural looking person over anything. I don't like fake. I don't like fake bakes. I prefer natural beauty over anything. And there are a few individuals who I am attracted to who are very naturally beautiful. Not gonna lie, but I've said it. Yeah, that's it. That's okay. That's do I get in there? But personality is my main thing, but physical appearance, preferably a natural looking person, a natural person. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get like 20 emails saying I'm a natural beauty. Okay, so. Man, this has gone on for a damn long place, but we'll go to Twitter questions now. I'd say if I can answer these quickly, I'll go with that. What's your favourite video? This one's from Rennie Shepherd. What's your favourite soundtrack from a video game right now? Right now, from very modern era, it's probably the Witcher 2 soundtrack, the Mass Effect soundtrack, Dragon Age soundtrack, and Jade Empire. Those are the ones that pop in my head that are absolutely really good. So these are quick fire Twitter questions. Okay, next one comes from Al Fletcher. Who's the most annoying superhero that you would kill if possible and sell their organs on eBay? Lagoon Boy from Young Justice. I fucking hate him. He is a dick. I would really kill him. I would literally kill him and sell him up as sushi. Really hate him. I just don't like him. I don't like him. He's a douche. He's the typical rebound boyfriend. I despise him. I hate him. I kill him and sell his organs on eBay, or then cook him into sushi. Okay, next bunch of questions actually are from Dark Street Foam. Very awesome guy. What was your school like? I went to 3 schools. Primary school, it was okay. Average shit. Secondary school, some ham that caused me to leave it. And the final secondary school I went to was good. It was really good. It was enjoyable. I had a lot of great friends. It was fun. It was enjoyable. And I don't think I had a bad time. I had a lot of fun in my secondary school. At the moment, I'm still at college and I'm having a blast there. My school was very Scottish. Let's say that right now. There wasn't like a separation of individuals like American ones. It's very much everyone sits there, has their lunch. There were the geeks, of course, every now and then, but it was an average school. It was enjoyable. Didn't have much problem with bullies. A couple of dicks here or there, but otherwise, all right. So yeah, hope that answers your questions. School was all right. I didn't have much problems. Who's your favourite actor and why? Off the top of my head, one of my favourite ones is Nathan Fillion, just because he's absolute a blast to watch. Anything I've seen him in, he's been a joy to watch. And Firefly, he's fantastic in. Castle, he's absolutely fantastic in. Voicing characters on Justice League, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. I just have a blast watching anything he's in. He always makes me laugh no matter what he's in. And he's just got this kind of charisma about him that makes me laugh. I like that. Do you cry at movies, and which one? And if so, which one? I do cry at movies. I don't lie. One movie I cried at is Titanic. I'll admit I teared up and cried at that. I can't actually remember a lot off the top of my head. No, I can't remember any off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I think I'm having a quick look. I teared up a wee bit at The Crow, but I didn't cry. Fly Away Home, I'll happily admit I teared up a little bit at that film. It's a really good film in my opinion. Braveheart, of course, I'll happily admit I teared up a little bit at that, and I did cry when I was younger, but probably not now. I really can't see any other ones that I've cried at. That is, I don't normally cry at films, but I do cry at them if they're really, really good. I just can't remember any off the top of my head, so I do apologise for that. Okay, next one is also from Dark Street 4. Would you rather go to the movies? Would you rather go see a movie in theatres or home on DVD? Depends on the movie. There are a couple of films I do actually go out and see in the theatres, like mostly superhero ones or fantasy ones, or films I'm really, really excited for. I tend to favour more action ones than drama ones. I do prefer to actually sometimes wait for the film to come out in DVD or on demand before I watch it. But I actually like I like to go to the theatres because sometimes I'm going to be honest, I go with the pictures alone. I know. Well, let's play the fiddle music right now. Play the do 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 do. Whoa, that's sexy music. Shit, I don't want to play that. Yeah, I go with the pictures alone because I like to go with the pictures early in the morning because it beats the rush and plus get a discount. I like to go like around about 10, 11, 12 in the morning, afternoon, and I go with the pictures then because I like to see the films then. I say it's like there's some films I will definitely go and see in the cinema, like The Avengers I went to see in the cinema, Dark Knight Rises I went to see in the cinema, The Hobbit. I'm going to go see Man of Steel in the cinema. I'm definitely going to see that. I'm looking forward to that, but I seem to be a bit iffy on it. But I do normally prefer to go with the pictures if it's a film that I'm really anticipating and I think it's really, really good. I'm going to go see Iron Man 3 in the cinema, of course. But most of the time, I'll just wait for the DVD. Most of the time, I'll just wait for the DVD or for it to come on demand. But yeah, I like to go with the pictures. If someone goes to the pictures with me, that's even better. But most of the time, I actually just prefer to wait for it. So yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Sorry, I just noticed on Facebook I got another question. So I'll answer that quickly. Joey Robocop asks, boobs or butt? Personality. There you go. I don't go for boobs or butt, I go for personality. I said that, so yeah. But yeah, cinemas is always an option for me if I like to go if the film is really, really good, if I'm really anticipating the film. But most of them I'll just wait for it on DVD or something, or on demand. I prefer the cinema, I'm not going to lie, I really do love surround sound and a massive screen. If I could get a projector in my house with surround sound, I would. I'm not going to lie, I fucking would. Because I want a projector hooked up to my computer and then put it on the fucking wall there and then have surround sound, popcorn, and I'd love a cinema in my house, I'm not going to lie. Okay, next thing, I was just Dark Street 4 games, there's a few more questions. Would you rather have super strength or super intelligence? Super intelligence because then I'd be able to think up a way to make myself stronger with exosuits or something. I'd rather be super intelligent. I'm going to be honest. Like, super strength, what can I do with that? I can go Hulk smash, boom. With super intelligence, I can manipulate things. I can use my intelligence to get across more. It gives me more variety in my options rather than super strength. Intelligence allows me to think up stuff, invent stuff, solve equations, solve problems with my mind. Much prefer that. Invincible? Is it invisible or read minds? Invisible or read minds? I know you're thinking invisible, but I'd say with intelligence, I think there's more options with reading minds than there is invisibility. Or is it invincible? It's either invincible or invisible. I really have trouble determining those two words. I'm gonna have to do this. I really do. I fuck this up because I have a problem with that word. Like invisible and invincible always look the same to me. Invisible. It's invisible. I do apologize. I have a problem telling the difference between those two words sometimes. But yeah, I think there's more variety with reading minds. So yeah. This is a question for me and MD. So yeah, that's nice. Thanks, Dr. Phil. What 5 books would you love to see turned into an RPG game and why? I haven't read that many books, I'm going to be honest. I have a few here or there, but one of the ones I showed earlier, the Percy Jackson series, I think that could be an interesting RPG series if done right. The Sherlock Holmes books. I'd like a good Sherlock Holmes movie. Game of Thrones, there was an RPG, but it sucked. But yeah. Game of Thrones and Percy Jackson. And Eragon. I did read a wee bit of Eragon. Not finished it yet, but I did read a wee bit. Those are the 3 that pop into my head. Percy Jackson, Eragon, and Game of Thrones. Those 3 off the top of my head because I haven't read that many books, I do apologise. Okay, the last set of questions. Next one comes from Alex the Hunted. Hey Alex. So, what got you into internet reviewing? I've already answered this question. I was bored. Simple as. Next questions come from Rennie. Well, actually, no. One last question from Dark Streetful. Who would you like to have a Skype date with, and why? Nathan Fillion. First one that pops in my head. Just because he's such a blast to watch on screen, I would love to get a chance to talk with him, not interview him. Like just on a Skype, talk with him. That's the first one that pops in my head. I would like to sit down and talk with him, have a nice wee chat with him, see what he likes. Things like that, just talk with him, not have a massive discussion, ask him. I'd ask him questions, but I wouldn't record it probably. I just probably want to sit down and talk with him. So Nathan Fillion's the first one that pops in my head, but there are 1 or 2 females that I wouldn't mind. Claudia Back would be nice. Ali Hills would be really nice to talk to, have a Skype date with, but I think there's anyone else. Nah, those are the 3 that pop in my head. Ali Hills, Claudia Black, or Nathan Fillion, because all 3 of them would be an absolute blast thing to talk with. Mostly Nathan Fillion though, because he kind of sounds like a bit of a geek. But I wouldn't mind talking to him. He sounds like it'd be a nice one to talk to. Ask him a couple of nice questions here or there. It'd be really nice to talk to him. That'd be good. Okay, is this the last question? Yeah, last question from Rennie Shepherd. Why do you call yourself Scottish Warrior 92? I was 16 and I made up the username because I needed a YouTube handle. Simple as. It's nothing profanic. I'm Scottish. I thought I was a bit of a warrior and I was born in 1992. That's about it. There's no secret behind it, but I think that's about it. So, wow, nearly an hour and 20 minutes. Holy shit, this is going to take a while to upload. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for your fantastic questions, and you're all awesome. I hope you can sit around for over an hour and 20 minutes because this has just gone straight up as is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your fantastic questions. They were all really, really good. I had an absolute blast reading them, and I hope I gave decent answers for you. I hope that it's alright and I gave you good answers to your questions. And again, I do apologise if anyone took offence for me saying that word earlier on, but I just want to make sure no one misquotes me, so I need to refresh something. But yeah, thank you for all your questions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for doing everything you can to help out the channel. And one last quick reminder, we are only, at this very moment, I'll quickly check. We are only 21 subscribers away from 700 subscribers. So I'm going to ask for your help. Help me get there. Help the channel get there. We're almost there. We're so bloody close. And as I say to you, I'll quickly update for the vote. At the current moment, it's a tie again. It's 10-10 to Star Trek, 10 to Star Trek, 10 to anime. So just let us know. Still no chance to vote. Go find the video and vote on it, or put your votes through Twitter or Facebook, either or. But yeah, we're almost there, and for 7 subscribers, I will review, as I say, either all the animes I own or all the Star Trek movies. And also, I'll do a fucking Harlem Shake thing to get you satisfied in 7. You're very picky. Very, very picky. Normandy. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I do hope that you can sit through this entire video, and if you did, you've earned the medal. I don't know. You've earned the I sat through a long ass fucking video medal. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this, and here's to the next Ask a Warrior, and happy Valentine's to everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In fact, no, not happy Valentine's Day. Happy don't be an arsehole day. So don't be an arsehole for the day, clan. Treat people with respect. Thank you. As always, I'm your host, Scottish Warrior 92, and I'll see you all later. Ciao for now. Mwah.